Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as the weather calms down, flood victims are able to see what damage has been done to their homes in Knox County.
And we go to Whitley County, where officials are saying last week's flooding made history for the area.
Plus, folks in Harlan County teamed up to clean up the aftermath of those floods and help victims get back on their feet.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:01 on this Monday. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Madison Pergram.
Thank you for tuning into Mountain News This Morning. In Madison, we're right back into the same forecast that we were last week.
And what it's going to bring.
It's just disgusting. We are in a severe weather alert day today because of that forecast. So let's bring Brandon in. And Brandon, at the end of last week, we did get some much welcome snow on my half. However, it's all melted now, and it's going to be followed by some rain, and some heavy rain at that.
Exactly, and we're just in a very soggy trend here as we go through the month of February, and a lot of folks paying the price for all this rain, especially down in the areas along the Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee border. So let's take a look and see what's going on this morning. Live pinpoint Doppler radar, heavier bands of rain falling in those border counties this morning right there, from Pike down through Letcher and over into Wise, Dickinson, and Buchanan counties, and southwest Virginia over up into Breathitt County as well this morning, and in parts of Mingo and Logan and Wayne counties in West Virginia. 43 to 50. That's our temperature range right now. Most folks right there in the mid to upper 40s this morning. 52 this afternoon. Those rain chances continue off and on throughout the day. We do have a flood watch that goes into effect at noon. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but your headlines as we look ahead: rain chances continue, and so do the high water concerns, and after that a big cool down is on the way. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, with a break from the rain and warmer temperatures this past weekend, emergency officials were able to begin assessing damage done by last week's flooding.
In Knox County, officials with the health, rescue, and fire departments held a conference call and meeting to discuss the upcoming week's most important tasks.
WYMT's Lacey Roberts was there as they tried to plan a way to put the pieces back together.
As a beam of sunlight looks down on what was once a field of hay.
We had 29 houses affected, 7 of which were completely destroyed,
Leaving 8 homes with major damage. But what is next? Here in Knox County, emergency officials gather at the health department.
We have to see if there is enough damage for FEMA to come in.
Coming up with a plan to put parts of the county back together. A conference call with Kentucky Emergency Management and the National Weather Service, warning of more rain.
Expected rainfall amounts exceeding 2 inches down in that area.
While 2 inches may seem minimal, some areas will stay at rest, others in potential danger again.
They'll have all that cleaning to do and maybe not even be able to save their stuff.
That is Emelina Hubbard. She has lived in Barberville her whole life. Flood-free, she felt led to contribute.
There's so many people that are going to be devastated. You know, they're going to have to start from the floor up.
And with continuous support to other counties, the people of Southeast Kentucky can rest assured.
You never know when you're going to need some help, whether it be a flood or house fire or anything.
And that if the shoe was on the other foot, someone would be helping them too. In Knox County, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
Knox County Utility District is back online. It was recently suspended. Kentucky Emergency Management provided water to be distributed in the meantime.
And those in Harlan County spent their weekend cleaning up the aftermath from high flood waters last week. With Love from Harlan collected donations to help flood victims get back on their feet. Clorox, bleach, buckets, gloves, you name it, cleaning supplies were provided to help flood victims clean out their homes. Non-perishable food items and gift cards at Food City and Walmart were also given out. Leslie Bledsoe, president of With Love from Harlan, says the outpouring support from the community is what keeps them going.
Our community is amazing. They've been there to support one another through so many tragedies, the flooding, Black Jewel, just the outpouring and support for each other is amazing.
Now, With Love from Harlan received more cleaning supplies, clothes, and food on Saturday to further help those in need.
Well, since Saturday, floodwaters began to recede in Whitley County, but people are preparing for the rain in the forecast this week.
Grace Feinerman talked to an emergency official and has the latest.
Whitley County has been feeling the effects of the Cumberland River, coming up to a major flooding stage. Many residents have been displaced as water has reached their homes. Now today is a dry day and water levels are starting to recede, but that is all before more rain is on the way for the upcoming week.
We still have a couple people that might want out of their home today, so we'll take a boat and get them out. Also doing some damage assessment today and follow up on a couple of vehicles we left in the water.
While there is a small chance to breathe, Whitley County Emergency Management is focusing on short-term recovery. But with multiple inches of rain expected during the upcoming week, flooding is a concern.
You know, we're lucky we have a lot of flash floods. Most people know what to do. They know they can't get out for a couple of days. They prepare for that, and I hope they do it again. We've had half a dozen cars to go in the water. Hopefully people won't do that anymore. It's very dangerous.
With even more rain on the way, our team will continue to keep you updated on the latest flooding events. Grace Feinerman, WYMT Mountain News.
Whitley County officials say they have been in contact with state officials in Frankfort for emergency help.
Well, take a look at these this aerial footage of flooding in Whitley County, courtesy of Ben Childers. The water began to recede yesterday, but officials are preparing for more rain on the way this week. As you can see, parts of the University of the Cumberlands are submerged in water. You're looking right now at their football field. Officials spent yesterday assessing the damage as the flood claimed several homes and cars. Officials are just warning the public to not drive into floodwaters as they had to attempt to pull out at least half a dozen cars last week.
And a race in Pikeville Saturday morning raised money for the Red Cross. Now, the inaugural Appalachian 5K, 10K, and half marathon began at 9 a.m. Around 125 people from multiple states laced up their shoes. Organizer Joel Thornberry says he is very pleased with the turnout despite the cold weather.
To know that we turned out over 125 people from 9 states and over 60 counties is spectacular.
Organizers estimate they raised around $2,000 for the Red Cross, and this was their first race, and Thornberry says he hopes to make this event a tradition.
Rain chances continue across the area today after a drier day yesterday. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar, and you'll see heavier bands working their way through back out toward Lake Cumberland, across parts of the Kentucky River, and down into the borderline areas of the Cumberland Valley there, Letcher County, Harlan County, Southwest Virginia. So we're continuing to watch that this morning. We're also watching temperatures 43 in Wise and Logan, 50 in Jacksboro, upper 40s there, Hazard, Jackson, and Pikeville, along with several locations as well. So a normal day on the temperatures, but a little extra on the coffee meter just because it's a Monday. Your day planner, we're going to see temperatures again slide just a little bit, and then as we head deeper into the forecast, we'll see those climb into the 50s, low 50s at that, with those rain chances continuing. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning.
More news is on the way. Coming up, we look south to Florida, where one man is accused of threatening to assassinate the president.
And Democrats were blanketing New Hampshire this past weekend, making last-minute efforts to sway voters in tomorrow's crucial presidential primary.